Hey everybody, Grayson the Bard here, and it is day 13 of the Hunt a Day Until Monster Hunter Wilds Release Challenge. Will I ever be consistent with what I name this thing? No. No, I will not. And today is going to be the last of the Monster Hunter Rise multiplayer hunts that I have banked up. Played a couple days with friends, and we were able to record a couple ones, so I've been using those for the past few days, just kind of talking about my experience and the monsters in them. Unfortunately, my favorite of the hunts that we did, a Barioth, the recording software really messed up, and for some reason it only recorded the first minute and a half of the hunt, which sucked, because I think as a unit it was the best that our hunting party had done that entire night. But them's the breaks. Sometimes you lose stuff, sometimes technology decides it hates you. For the video today, we took on a Nargacuga, and as is something that I feel I'm repeating a lot these past couple videos, it got dicey. Nargacuga's tough, and I really do feel like I need to get better at positioning with the sword and shield. The way I've been playing has not been the best showing of what I feel I'm capable of as a hunter. So more than likely I'll be practicing off video and then make my triumphant return to Rise with much better sword and shield skills. Because yeah, today actually I was taking a look at all of my videos and I realized that I had done, aside from the first kind of announcement video of this challenge, I had exclusively done Monster Hunter Generations and Monster Hunter Rise for all of the videos. So I'm thinking for the next couple days, maybe next week, haven't, fully fleshed it out. I want to go back to Monster Hunter World and especially try and take out some of the world-specific monsters, like the Puke Puke variant or Fulgur Anjanath, Toby's variant, Valhazak, like a bunch of monsters that we didn't see in Rise, who I think would be really cool to see show up again in Wilds, which kind of gives a little bit of a indication as to what I'm going to be hunting tomorrow, but, who can say? Maybe I'll surprise you, maybe I'll completely contradict everything I say in this video. But anyway, Nargacuga. I like Nargacuga. I don't know if I can say I love Nargacuga, but I do really like it. I think Barioth is still my favorite of the pseudo-wyverns that we have in-game. I've always been more drawn to like water and ice themed creatures, so Barioth like scratches that itch. I really like the saber-toothed tiger design. Frostfang Barioth in World is such a cool, fun fight, and it really like elevates what Barioth does well and makes it even cooler, pun intended. But Nargacuga is real neat. I fought it the most in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, because I actually skipped Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. I never played that one. I played Monster Hunter Freedom, and I played a little bit of Monster Hunter Freedom 2. Then I was kind of out of the series for a very long time until I got back into 3U just a couple months before 4 Ultimate came out. So I fought Nargacuga a lot in 3U, and then Nargacuga actually, I didn't realize, I was about to come in here all fully gung-ho about how like Nargacuga needs to not be in Wilds because it has not skipped a generation since it was announced. It was in 2nd gen, it was in 3rd gen, it was in 4th gen, and I guess technically it was in 4th gen because of generations, but I didn't realize, I completely forgot that it was not in 4 Ultimate. I could have sworn I remembered fighting it, but then I remembered, no, I just had some of its gear, and that was because of the Wyporium. It was one of the monsters that you could trade materials to that vendor and get materials from Nargacuga even though it wasn't in the game. Which, not to toot my own horn, lends a lot of credence to the fact that, like, if they do a system like that again, it will do great things to, like, bump up player perception of the monster count in Wilds, just because they'll have access to more gear. And it won't suck as bad when we unfortunately don't see Duramboros again for the first time in years. I just want my camel son to come home. But this video isn't about him, that comes later. Today we're talking about Nargacuga. I really like Nargacuga's design. I think it's really neat. I like the panther, bat, ninja kind of aesthetic. I think it looks really cool and works as this ambush predator. No matter what game you fight it in, he's annoying as hell as he jumps all around the map and doesn't give you a second to punch him in the face. He hits like a truck and is really good about mixing up his attack pattern to catch you off guard with things that you have seen time and time again. And then, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming, it always seems like Nargacuga goes down in fewer hits than other monsters of that similar body type. I feel like Tigrex and Barioth both have longer openings for you to get hits in than Nargacuga does, but on the trade-off of that is that they both have higher hit points. So you can wail on them more, but you have to do more damage to get the job done. Whereas Nargacuga, I think, does a great job of being a glass cannon, but not a glass cannon in the sense that it'll one-shot you, more a glass cannon in the sense that it is just super hyper-aggressive, hyper-fast. You have to capitalize on very small timings, which I'm not the best at, and therefore the fight is incredibly annoying to me, but it is also really fun when you're able to pull off really good dunks. There is a moment in this hunt, I know, I don't remember exactly when it happens, but I do the Metsushori Ageki with the sword and shield, and I knock Nargacuga out of the sky, and anytime you are able to pull off a dunk like that in Monster Hunter, oh, it feels sublime. It feels so good. And I've been saying this a lot with the past couple monsters when I talk about their likelihood to return. I do not see a world where Nargacuga does not come back in future Monster Hunter games. It is similar to the other monsters I've talked about. I think it's incredibly popular. It was a flagship, and flagships are always, high on the list of being able to return. And I'm going to say, I think we're going to see Nargacuga in Wilds. I'm going to call that shot. I was a little hesitant at first because it was just in World and it was just in Rise, so it would make sense for it to sit out a game. But I also think it would fit really well with the type of monster design that we have seen so far in Wilds, at least what I have seen so far. Because again, I am from Scarlet Forest trailer, the one they showed at Tokyo Game Show, I am mostly spoiler-free. I saw one other monster reveal on accident because YouTube spoiled me. But from what we've seen, the monsters are a lot more realistic and muted, and they're a bit more down-to-earth, and I think Nargacuga really fits that vibe. So I can see Nargacuga, at least in the base game, being the pseudo-wyvern skeleton representation that we see in Wilds. I guess this is kind of spoilers for whenever I fight Barioth or Tigrex. I don't think we're going to see them in Wilds. I think if we get an expansion similar to what they did with Barioth in Iceborne, I would assume we'll see Barioth in, an expansion, or Tigrex in an expansion. But I think for the base game, I think we're only going to see Nargacuga of that pseudo-wyvern trio, or maybe a new pseudo-wyvern, which I would actually prefer personally. But yeah, I'm going to say 8 out of 10 for Nargacuga returning in Monster Hunter Wilds, and 10 out of 10 for it returning later in the series. I'm going to close out my ramble today a little bit differently than I normally do. I will admit that, 13 days in, at around day 10, I started to hit a little bit of a wall in this. I had one day the first week where it felt like a chore to really get these done and sit down and find the time and make the time to do these. And I definitely felt that towards the end of the week this week as well. But I will also be honest when I say that I have been blown away by the reception they've been getting. Even just in terms of people just checking out the channel, I have gotten a lot of subscribers over the past 2 weeks just from doing these videos, which means, you all are enjoying them and you seem to be liking what I'm putting out, which is awesome to see. I was incredibly nervous getting back into content creation again after such a long break, and it has been really invigorating to come back and work on this the grim project and share it with y'all. So, like I said, before, I can't guarantee that I'm going to enjoy doing this every day. In fact, as this project continues, there's probably going to be more days where I see this as a burden more so than a boon. But I am looking forward to continuing this journey and being able to share this with all of you, so you can see my slow descent into madness as we near the release of Wilds, and I start putting up the conspiracy boards with the thumbtacks and the red string and all that noise. So thank you all again so much for checking all this stuff out. It means the world to me, and I look forward to putting out more videos soon. The Deviant video is actually coming along really well. I've started recording voiceover for the script. I'm thinking it's probably going to be similar in length to my other video essay videos, probably about like 10 to 15 minutes long, nothing too crazy. Main thing that I need to do now is record footage for that, but I think a lot of that I'm going to leave out of the hunt today because I want to spend more time back in Monster Hunter World for a little bit. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the hunt. Stick around if you can to appease the algorithmic gods. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Don't if you don't. And until next time, I'll see you next time.